Hi guys, welcome to tonight's event called Own Your Own Life. My name's Jamin and I'll be your host along with some other awesome people that are on the line tonight. I really appreciate you coming along tonight to invest a little bit of your time, whether you're watching this live or as a recording. So thanks for your patience. We're getting started. If you haven't used Zoom before, there's a little chat button down at the bottom where we can get to be interactive and message each other. If you've got a question, you can put it out there, and also you can change to speaker view or to the group view. So we like this to be a little bit interactive, so you don't just hear me talking the whole time. So yeah, I'd love to hear where you're zooming in from tonight. We've got people from all over the world. Just let us know where you're coming in from. Josh's having trouble with sound. Yep, sounds okay. Everybody got sound. Palm Beach on the Goldie. Talai. I'm here on the Gold Coast. Coffs Harbour. Awesome, Joe. I think Joe's on the road. So we got people zooming in from all over the place. Northwest of Tassie, overseas, awesome. Sometimes we do have people from all over the world. Tweedheads, North Queensland, that's awesome. So we got people from all over the country, which is amazing. I love to be able to connect with people from everywhere. So yeah, tonight's event, it's put together for people who are looking for a different way, who are possibly sick of the day-to-day grind, doing the same old thing, same old stuff, exchanging time for money, or maybe you're really passionate about what it's doing, what life's happening for you, you know, maybe you're just looking for maybe another source of income to help out with the extra bits and pieces that are coming along, like bills and unforeseen expenses, or just basically wanting to say yes to more in life. So tonight's event is definitely about owning your own life. Who can actually hold their hand up high and say they definitely own their own life? Not many of us. You know, we probably all think that we do. We've got good things going on, but there's a lot of things that are holding us back from actually doing the things we'd love to do more of. I know I thought I had it sorted, but working 84 hours a week, earning a mint, but soon I realised I certainly wasn't happy and I was missing out on a lot of magic moments with family and friends. And I know for a lot of us, it's a pretty similar story, right? You know, people are out there doing the do and just get caught up in the moment and forget about actually dreaming and making the most of things that they'd love to do. Most of us are the bread makers. We're going out to work our ass off and provide, so we don't get a lot of time to be there and be present with our loved ones all the time, you know, which isn't cool and certainly can cause a lot of stress for a lot of people. So we've come up with an awesome way just to do that, to be able to have more magic moments. And a great way that we can do that is leverage these sort of things is by using social media. So if you look around, so many of the people these days are doing just that to increase the traffic coming into their business. So if, you know, if you look at the way things are heading, it's just becoming more social media orientated. Kids are all over it these days. So, you know, if I could say to you, what would your life look like? What would it actually love to be doing, the things that you'd love to do more often? What would that be that you'd love to do? I certainly know I hated the 8 to 10 hour drive to work commuting and the whinging, whining people I had to work with, or some of them, having to get up at crazy times and whinging people, you know, being grumpy. It was just like, you know, being told what I'm worth. It totally sucked. You know, now realising things that are coming into my life that I'm able to do and be able to design my life the way I want it to be, like go on more surf sailing safaris with my mates, go fishing. I don't know, what about you folks? I'd love to hear what it would be for you. So yeah, just jot it down in the chat button. Be absolutely anything you want it to be, whatever. If money and time wasn't an issue, what would that be for you? Let's hear it. Travel, holidays, snowboarding in Japan. Awesome. Holidays, South Africa. Visit family, kids. African safaris. Totally awesome. Overseas island holidays. I like it, Joe. Where are you going to go? Charity. Yeah, giving back. to people is certainly something that's really fulfilling. You know, I think if you can actually be able to do that for something that really lights you up, it's certainly something. Private jets to tropical islands with more awesome waves. I love it, Chatty. Let's do it. I'm keen. New Zealand, look, we've all got amazing passions and dreams where we'd love to be doing more of these things, and you know, certain things in life kind of hold us back. It's so awesome that that kind of thing can happen. Yeah, so, you know, there's a couple of things I'd like to talk about. You know, there's a few things going on. There's a couple of big epidemics that are happening right now. First of all, there's huge health crises on our hands. 1 in 2 people are dying of heart disease, 1 in 3 of cancer, diabetes, high cholesterol, obesity, high blood pressure. You know, childhood challenges are just getting more and more out of control, and it's certainly a common thing you're hearing more about. And, you know, all kinds of ailments and illnesses happening more around us. Everyone seems to know somebody with something going on, and it's kind of alarming. And so we've found a way to help contribute to the mission to remify that and help that out. Another thing is wealth. So many other struggles going on with so many people in a lot of areas. You know, recently I learned that in order to create more wealth in all aspects of life, like with loving connections, amazing vibrant energy, loving connections with friends, and also to be able to have finance and freedom, the question is, you want to be asking yourself is, how do I add more value to more people more often? So what we're presenting tonight will answer more of that. Basically, you know, we've got an amazing product and a program that fills all these voids. You know, one is for people who are not living the ideal healthy life. I thought I was, and I certainly know now a lot more about healthy lifestyle and feeling good, and you know, it's incredible to find that out. And the second one is for those that are, you know, having some sort of financial difficulty, like massive time pressures. That's created huge stresses in a lot of people's life. Who would agree that when you're under financial stress, you're not exactly your happy, sparkly self? You know, I'd stick your hand up if that's you. Certainly, you know, when I've been in times of worry and that, it projects that out, and you know, it doesn't show that you're definitely vibrant and alive. So, you know, we've got a program that can certainly alleviate some of these strains and stresses of financial and systematic stresses of the body. So I'd love to hand it over now to the lovely Michelle Nell, who will tell us more about this incredible product that we've got and program. And I'll just find you there. You're unmuted, Michelle. Go for it, Val.
Hi, everybody. Nice to all see you on a Sunday night. Yeah, exactly what Damon was just saying, the health crisis that we're in at the moment. It just starting to talk to a few people at Nippers. We go to Nippers on a Sunday. Just with a few people that I had conversations with today. There was one lady that her husband couldn't come down to the beach because he was on chemo. There was another lady that was talking to me about her little boy who's got ADSD, ADSD or ADHD. And, you know, and then her sister-in-law's got breast cancer, and just these conversations, people were just telling me stuff without me having to really say anything. And I was just like, wow, like it really is, we're in a healthcare crisis. And, you know, we're basically, our current model is kind of sick care. So you get sick, you go to the doctors and they go, here, take this pill, take this drug, take this chemo, take this stuff, you know. I've got a friend in England at the moment that's got really bad arthritis, and they'd actually were giving her a chemo drug for her arthritis. And I actually just asked her a few questions about what she was eating and what was going on. Did like a little survey with her. Sorry, I get a bit emotional because she was really, she hadn't put 2 and 2 together that what she was eating was causing some of her problems. So, you know, just to be able to help her with this product, with, you know, being able to share that with her was pretty amazing for me. So I was introduced to these products about 2 years ago, and they've just phenomenally changed my life. So I just feel like a massive obligation to have to share it with other people. It's very, very simple. It's fruits, veggies and berries in a capsule. Now, when I first heard that, got fruits, veggies and berries. 30 fruits, veggies and berries, vine ripened. When I first heard that, I was like, what's that going to do for me? Exactly. I eat really well. You know, I thought I knew everything. This is 30 fruits, veggies and berries that are picked at their absolute peak of ripeness. So when they're falling off the tree, when the birds and the bees are eating them, you know, when you are buying stuff in Coles and Woolies and stuff, they're picking those for how they look, not for their nutritional value. So you really have no idea when they've been picked or how long they've been sitting on cold storage. You know, I used to be a Thermomix consultant, and one of my customers said that some of the apples can be up to 12 to 18 months old. So that's why when you bite into them, sometimes they're really not tasting very good. So they're not at their peak ripeness. And not everybody can afford to buy direct from farmers markets or organic produce and stuff like that. So this is a simple way to put fruits, veg and berries into your body every single day. And it's not instead of fruit and vegetables, it's to bridge the gap between, because we all know, how, you know, hands up today who got their 7 to 9 fruits, veggies and berries without, you know, not including your Juice Plus products. Like, I know I got nowhere near it. So I've had a sausage on a roll at Nippers and there was not a vegetarian option in sight, which I just said to my husband when we were there. So this product has been around for 24 years and the company's been around for about 40 years. So it's not a fly-by-night, it's not going anywhere in a hurry. There's 35 peer-reviewed studies into the benefits of taking the fruits, veggies and berries, and we all know that adding that to our daily routine is good for you. So it's the most researched nutraceutical of its kind on the planet. So if you're into research, we can, you know, connect you with the person who invited you and they can send you the research so you can read it. But basically what it is the fruits and veggies are picked at their peak of ripeness, put in the capsule, they're dried at a really low temperature, and then they extract the water. So they pop them in a little vegan capsule in Australia, and then when you take them, they're into your bloodstream within 5 minutes. So it's not like taking a supplement where you'll get like the disco wee, where you get the bright yellow wee. That doesn't happen when you take this product. It's food, and so your body recognises it as food. And, you know, it's actually better than organic. People will sometimes ask if it's organic. Better than organic because it's actually tested so many times. The soils are all tested before they plant all the fruits and veggies in the farms. They're very heavily monitored. And then they're tested for over 300 known contaminants, so molds, fungus, things like that. So you know that you're getting an absolute perfect product every time that you take it. So what's actually really cool as well, and what attracted me to the product, was that any adult that's taking the product can sponsor a child. And we have these little chewables that are fruits and veggies. There's 17 fruits and veggies in the little chews. And basically they'll sponsor children. You can sponsor a child from 4 to 18 years of age, and they'll do it for up to 4 years. So we're 2 years in with our products. And that's just perfect for kids that, you know, if they're fussy eaters, they're not getting their fruits, veg, you know, they'll eat fruit and vegetable, but maybe they're eating the same things over and over again. I know my kids were, like, they were very, like, creatures of habit, going for the same fruit and veg. And the cool thing with kids is there's no placebo effect. You can't, you know, my daughter goes to the fridge now, she's 6, and she'll get a carrot and she'll peel a carrot. Like, she'll say, I want something to eat, Mum. Can I have a carrot? Can I have a cucumber? And I remember when I heard that 2 years ago, I kind of thought, really, will that happen? But it happened. So, and I took a photo and I was like, I've had the carrot moment. So, so it is true. So when you put the good stuff in, your body starts to crave the good things. So, you know, it's not a magic pill. It doesn't grow back arms and legs, but it's just amazing the difference of when you put these whole food products into your body, the benefits that people start to feel. So that was all your micronutrients with your fruits and veggies in the capsule. And then we've also got our macronutrients covered. We've got some whole food plant powders that we basically put in like a smoothie or a shake, and they're amazing. Just as that, I use them in the mornings to share one with the kids before school. When I know that we've got a really busy morning, these are perfect instead of giving them a piece of toast. I know that I'm giving them things like pea protein, broccoli, alfalfa sprouts, radish sprouts. I know they would never eat that stuff in a million years, but if I put this, I even sprinkle it over our porridge. It's just amazing. And it's got, I call them my happy shakes because I've got a history of anxiety and depression. And these just help me because they've got an amazing thing in there called niacin. And it just helps you with your mental health. And it really just levels you out. I can just say it just gives me like a even keel, just keeps my energy on a level all day, the same, you know. And it's also got, they've now got mushrooms in there, so which is really good for your thyroid as well. So these are great, non-dairy, non-GMO, gluten-free, amazing healthy upgrade to whatever you're doing now. So I use these also in the afternoons when I'm feeling like that. If you ever get that little bit of a slump and you're looking for a chocolate or something like that, I'll have a smoothie instead. But you can make them into balls, and, you know, there's all sorts of ways to hide it to get it into the kids as well if they're not into the smoothies. So amazing stuff. And it's, you know, it can be used as a meal replacement, but that's not what we like to focus on. So we've got, you know, the thing with the products is that it's fine for breastfeeding mums, it's fine for pregnant women, it's fine for athletes, elderly people. There's lots of older people that'll take the chews. I think some of the people's, you know, have got their grandparents that are, you know, in their 90s or whatever are taking the chews, and they're having some amazing health benefits from doing that. So it's just really about, our program is called Tribal Wellness. And it's really just about meeting people where they're at. So it's not like a big bang, you know, one size fits all program. It's just meeting you where you're at. And there's some amazing recipes in there. There's all sorts of little snacks and dinners and things that you can adapt around your family and just make some little healthy, sustainable upgrades to what you're doing now. So, and we've got an online Facebook page that's got like 24-hour support because we've got team all over the globe, so people are there to answer any of your questions and support you on your journey. So it's amazing, and I think now we're going to switch over and find out a bit more about the business opportunity behind it and why we're all so excited.
Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, they're incredible products. They've certainly done some amazing things to me and my family. So yeah, to bring the products to life, and, you know, we hear a little bit more about what they can actually do in the body. You know, to talk about it's one thing, it usually goes in one ear and out the other, but to hear about what it's actually doing to people is mind-blowing. It blows me out all the time. So we're going to hear from lovely Larissa, and she's going to tell us all about what's going on for her. Larissa, hi. What was life like before Juice Plus came into your life, and what's it like now since you've been on them, the experience?
Hi, hello. Before I got started on them, I was slowly on a decline in health, and I've always thought of myself as a quite healthy person. I've always gone for the fruits and veggies and the lean meats and things like that. Little did I know that, yeah, my health was declining ever so slightly day by day. I was quite exhausted. I become quite overworked and overexhausted. I had fatigue every day. Right up until the lead up of Crystal getting in contact with me, I was actually napping every day to try and regain whatever energy I could find to get myself throughout the rest of the day. And because I work part-time in a bakery, and then I also have gym, like I run my own business at home, it was hard to I was basically just trying to trudge through the classes and I was actually got to a point where I was like, all right, I've got to get this over and done with, put on a happy face and try and be cool and whatever. And by the end of the class, all I wanted to do was go straight to bed. and sleep. And it wouldn't have mattered if I had 8 or 9 hours sleep that night. I'd still wake up feeling dog tired, and I literally felt like I was on autopilot. I was like a walking zombie up until that point. I'm also a regular blood donor, so every month you get your blood test and you get your hemoglobin levels. That started declining as well, and I actually felt slightly anemic, to the point where I actually went to the doctor and got blood tests to see whether or not my thyroid was playing up, or if I had celiac, or if I just had low iron stores or anything like that. Unfortunately, but fortunately, that all come back negative, so there was nothing actually wrong with me. But I did think that something has got to give. Like, I'm tired all the time, I feel like crap, I had no motivation, and and it got to a point where I was drinking coffee as well to try and get the caffeine into me, to try and like be buzzy throughout the day, and that wasn't even working. So when Crystal contacted me and I first looked into the product, and I will admit I was quite a skeptic about it, and I thought, oh, what is this? This is just some, like, yeah, couldn't really work out. Had to try and wrap my head around how they're actually processing it all. And I'm glad that I took the plunge and decided to give it a go, because within 4 to 5 days, my energy had come back. My fatigue has disappeared. I'm waking up. Well, all this week I was up before 6 a.m. in the morning wanting to exercise, because before I was lacking in motivation to want to exercise. I was hardly doing any of that myself. So every morning this morning's been early rising, exercising before my clients, getting through my clients, being extra happy for them, extra motivated, extra pushy for them. And I'm not just putting on a brave face anymore. Like, this is who I truly am with these products. Like, they've just made me feel 100% better. It's a complete and utter turnaround, like within just a couple of weeks of having them. And I don't have coffee anymore, so that's completely gone. And I actually feel less bloated now that I have them as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Like, everything's just done a complete 360. Like, yeah, I just feel heaps better.
Thanks, Larissa. That's absolutely mind-blowing. You know, it's incredible how when we put goodness back in our body, how it can start to heal things. The body has an innate way of healing itself if we feed it the right stuff. So
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, thanks for sharing. We're gonna now hear from my beautiful mum, Helen. You are unmuted, Mum. Tell us what life was like before Juice Plus came along, and what's it like now since you've been taking them. How long have you been taking them?
Oh, thanks, Jamin. Oh, it made me a bit emotional when you called me your beautiful mum. Thank you for that. Yeah, look, before Juice Plus, I really had a tough time. I'd always been a pretty strong but sensitive woman. I worked for Queensland Health. I was being bullied. In amongst all the bullying, my mum died, my brother died, my 19-year-old little dog died, Jamin was hit by a car. It was just like one thing after another, and it actually really wore me down. And I left Brisbane and moved down here to the Gold Coast. But I had begun to take antidepressants, and I'm just so glad I've got off them, because I read an article the other day about how much they leach from your body, and it bloody freaked me out, to be honest. I thought, no wonder people get so tired when they take antidepressants. I'd always eaten really well, and Jamin introduced me to Juice Plus, and I thought, what have I got to lose? And I'm just so grateful that I got onto the product, because I've since stopped taking antidepressants, and I just feel so much my old self again, which is such a lovely feeling. I also recently broke my arm, and I think that due to the fact that I've been taking the shakes complete, which Michelle explained about before, which have vitamin D and niacin, I think they've been a really great help to me as well, apart from the premium capsules, the fruit, the veggies, and the berries, which are totally bridging our gap. So yeah, I just have to say I'm very grateful that I began using the product. I'm really glad that I got involved in the business. Anyone who's young, I just so urge you to jump on board. It's a fantastic opportunity. And yeah, I feel so much better than I used to. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
thank you so much.
Thanks, Mum. Yeah, look, I've definitely noticed a big change in you as well, and just to have you back as my mum again's been the biggest thing for me. You know, if you know of somebody that's going through something in their life, there's no sort of perfect, healthy person. I thought I was feeling great and alive and healthy. You know, I'd had some bad accidents, as Mum said, been run over by a drunk driver, and over that period of time, I'd taken 1 million supplements, all kinds of things to, you know, put my body back on track. And I was starting to feel great, but I never felt 100%. And to be able to, you know, have this amazing goodness back in my body, I feel incredible, more energy I've ever had in my life. And I certainly don't have the back pain that I used to put up with. You know, it works on the cellular level, so it's helping heal so many things on so many different levels, and especially with inflammation and that kind of thing. So, you know, you're probably wondering how this product and program, how you can let people know about it. There's this incredible business side to the product, and I'd love beautiful Shani to let us know all about it. You are unmuted, beautiful Shani. Thank you. Let us hear what's going on.
Thank you. Hey guys, I'm Shani, and yeah, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. We've heard about this amazing product and the great program, Tribal Wellness, that we have that comes along with it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the business side of things and our business model, as well as some misconceptions that come along with a business like this. Speaking, you know, from the heart, me personally, when I came into this 12 months ago, I was definitely pretty skeptical and had a lot of misconceptions, including, you know, I don't think that I have the ability to do something like this, and I don't have enough time, I don't know enough people, I don't like selling. So I'm definitely going to squash all of those for you and share with you my own experiences. But to begin with, I really want to talk about our business structure, our business model. So, you know, with every traditional business or even career, like I know most of us working, you know, 9 to 5, or we may have our own business. Every traditional business sort of looks like this. Okay, we've got a triangle here. And, you know, at the top here we have what's called a CEO, or, you know, a director. And then beneath the CEO we have several levels, hierarchy, I guess. So you've got board of directors and national managers and state managers, then area managers, store managers, down to your workers. And down here we might have checkout chicks, or receptionists, or tradies, or salespeople, or nurses like myself. And everybody in this business structure is trading time for money. So, you know, dollars per hour sort of thing. And we all have a capped amount of dollars depending on what type of job we do. We're being told how much we're worth an hour. And as well as this, we're also told when we can and can't go on holiday. I know that was definitely true for me. If I put in some annual leave applications, sometimes I wouldn't get them. More often than not, I wouldn't be approved. We're also told, you know, how many days a year we're allowed to have carers leave or sick leave. And what we're doing in this business structure, doesn't matter where you are working on someone else's dreams instead of your own. And, you know, while these guys at the top are making the mass amounts of money and having an awesome time, the thing with living up here is that you are working more, have more stress, and have more responsibility. And so it's sort of like what's better? Where do you want to live in this triangle? So my background is nursing. I went to university for 4 years to specialise in anaesthetics, and finally finished uni, got great grades like I was told to, finished, got an awesome job, and I started working down here. And I think it was 2 or 3 years into my career, I was promoted, and, you know, I moved up a level. And when I moved up to this managerial position, I really realised a lot of things that weren't obvious to me prior to. I was working more, had more stress, had more responsibility, was having to deal with, you know, issues and staff problems, and just dealing with things like having to reach certain KPIs. And I sort of left the clinical world and went into managerial world. And at the time I thought, you know, I wanted that. I was really ambitious, and my dream was to climb the top of this ladder here and earn more than the average wage. I've known for a very long time that I've never wanted to earn the average wage. So what I realised with this was, when I was promoted, I lost a lot of my friends at work. I had to tread on, you know, people's shoulders. I had to compete with my friends to apply for that position. And then when I got it, I all of a sudden, just realised that life was much different here. And, you know, as you work your way through the top, you work harder. And the thing about this is that I really felt like I sabotaged some friendships, which wasn't really cool. And all of a sudden work wasn't fun anymore. And yes, I was earning a little bit more dollars per hour, but it really wasn't worth it for me. I was, you know, highly stressed, pretty upset, didn't love my job anymore. And all that hard study that I did sort of felt like it went to waste. So depending what you do for work, or what type of business you own, you definitely, I'm sure you'll be able to resonate with this. So I don't know where my marker is, so I'm just going to flip this upside down. So now I'm going to talk about our business structure. So what we actually do is flip our business structure, the traditional business structure, on its head. Can you guys see that? It's not very dark, I'm sorry. So with our business structure, you know, I really love this business structure. Everybody starts off at the bottom here, and you start with what's called as being a VF. Now, you don't have to know the names, it's not important, but essentially you're a virtual franchisee. And we have something very similar. We have several levels, and at the top we have what's called NMD, our pinnacle position in this company. Now, when you're sitting at NMD, you're earning roughly around $100,000 to $120,000 a year in just residual income alone. So everybody starts off at the bottom, and everybody has the same opportunity to rise to the top. And the thing about this is, you can't buy a position. You can't just come into this business and buy, you know, and start off here. You have to start from the bottom and work your way up all the way to the top. Now, it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, what your background is, where you live in the world, your gender, your education, whatever it is, anybody and everybody can do this. And the best part about it is everybody has the same opportunity to reach our pinnacle position called NMD, which I really like. And the only way that you can do really well in a business like this is by helping others. And that's something that I've really quickly realized, and what's so different about my old job. If you're genuine in this, if you really truly love to help people, if you genuinely care about the health and wellness of others, and you can just simply recommend something that can be truly amazing for them, this climb just is easier. It gets easier and easier. We don't sell in a business like this, and that was definitely one of my misconceptions to begin with. I hated selling. I don't like being sold to, and that's what we don't do here. And that's why we're very different and one of the fastest growing teams in Australia, because we don't sell. We literally genuinely care for people and suggest and show and share, which is really nice. Now, the other thing with this that I, you know, was sort of query about when I started. I wasn't really sure. I said to myself, I don't think I have the ability to do this. And I really doubted myself. And it's incredible how amazing this team is, and the experience that I've had in the last 12 months. I've made so many new friends, great connections. I've met some awesome people that I know I'll stick with, you know, for life. And I've made new friends internationally. I've met some of my team that were from overseas, and this business is what has been able to present that opportunity to me, which I really love. And yeah, I guess the difference between this business model and the previous one that I showed is that there's plenty of room at the top here, and not like the other one where there was absolutely no room at the top and plenty at the bottom. This is completely different. So another misconception that I had with this business was that I would have no time to do it. And just to show you or explain to you how I built my business over the last 12 months, I began this, I was a registered nurse, so I was working, you know, 40 to 50 hours a week. I was doing night shift and call shift work. I was really working a lot, especially being a manager. I was there all the time. On top of that, I was trying to build my own traditional business on the side. So I thought, you know, I don't want to do my registered nursing forever. So I started building my own business. So I was probably putting about 20 hours towards that. And then I was doing this at the same time. So I was literally working like 60 hours plus a week. Now, I only had literally 20 minutes a day to begin with. And with 20 minutes a day, I've been able to build this really fast. I think it's fast. In 12 months, I've gone from, you know, hating my job and working ridiculous hours to then going part-time and then demoting myself from my managerial position to going casual to 3 weeks ago to completely resigning from my job because this business has been able to give me the opportunity to do this full-time. And I'm now earning more than I was earning when I was a registered nurse, something that I studied, you know, 4 years to be, and worked 3 years or 2 years into it to build into that managerial position. So, yeah, I guess our business model is very different to the traditional type. And, you know, people think that they can't do it or they won't have time or they have to sell. I hope that I've been able to explain that those misconceptions are definitely furthest from the truth. And, yeah, I've been really stoked to share that with you today. Thanks, Jamin, for having me on tonight.
Thanks, Shani. I really appreciate you jumping on. I know that you've got to get rocking on now. So thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, look, I was just to your story actually blows me out. You really inspire me all the time, and to be able to retire at 28, that's absolutely incredible after a year of doing this. You know, this I see it more and more in this business and where it's taking people and where it's going. Especially for me, I didn't realize in the beginning what it would be, and now it's abundance that can just keep going. So that's so cool. So I think to explain, maybe you're probably wondering, you know, a little bit about telling people about this business and where it can go, and you know how you're going to try and tell people about it, because I didn't want to become one of those people and that kind of thing. You know, having to rope in my family and friends and that kind of thing. So I'll just give you a quick demo on that. I'm just going to take my headphones out. Hopefully my friends in the background aren't too noisy. If you can still hear me, give us a thumbs up. I'm just going to drag the board over and tell you a little bit more. Hopefully you can see that clearly. Yeah, so basically when I came into the business, Anthony is my chiropractor. So I had a head-on car crash last year and hurt my back really bad, and went to see Dr. Anthony at his wellness center, and you know, he helped me out a lot, and he told me about this incredible product, and I was pretty skeptical about it, but I soon realized what it was all about, and I was getting some incredible results, and so I decided to give this business a go. And yeah, I've never looked back. I was really absolutely so thankful that he showed me. And so, you know, Anthony came here and he was just my chiro, and now he's become a good friend, and we're going surfing together. And so then I thought, well, you heard from my mum tonight and the changes that happened to her, and I thought if I could just, show her this, maybe it might help her and give her a bit of vitality back. And also she'd been struggling with, some financial issues and had been out of a job. And so I thought, how cool would this be if I can help my mum create a bit more of financial freedom for herself? And so she got rocking along the business. And so then she's been out there telling all kinds of people about it, and some people have just been happy to take the product, but most people have found that this is absolutely amazing business, and to be able to share and reach out to people is actually really awesome. And so she got rocking with a friend of hers, Sam, who was a mum, and she'd been going through some health issues, had cancer, and her little girl, she's struggling single mum. And so she really got some great benefits from the product, really helped her out incredibly, and her daughter as well. And then she got rocking along, and she told another friend of hers, Liz, I think her name is, I don't even know. This is the thing about this business, is that, from one person to another, you don't need to know lots of people. In the beginning, I just told Mum about it. I didn't even really know Sam or Liz, and then she's gone out and told a few other people, and it's just rocketing from there. And from here, I went out and reached out and told my friend Sean, and he's a single dad of 3. His wife had died of cancer, and so he just thought this was awesome. He was working part-time at the airport trying to get by. And then, he reached out to another friend, Amanda, and I had no idea who Amanda is, and he hardly even knew her as well. Some high school mate of his wife. So he only knew his mate, and this wife jumped on board Amanda, and she got rocking in the business straight away and just excelling. She's gone and told a friend of hers, Jody, and then she's gone and told Karen. And I have no idea who any of those people are, and it's just branching out from there. And, I have several other people joining me who have also gone out and creating more and more people that they're telling the people about. And so we start calling this the popcorn effect. More and more people that you can reach out and help, that you generally care about and love and would love to see transform their lives, whether it be health or wealth, can just expand and expand, and this popcorn effect can go on, and there's no limitations on who you can tell, and you can just bring on more and more people into the business. So I love this. Like popcorn, back in the old days, you put it on the stove and it would just keep popping when you took it off, and that's what this business is like. It just keeps growing and growing without even realizing it. I mean, there's people that are joining the team, like I said, I don't even know about, and I see it here on the Dream Team as well. I'm like, who is this new person? So it's absolutely incredible. You're probably wondering how we get paid in this business, and that's the best part. I mean, who loves money? Who doesn't? Obviously, the money side of it's a big plus, as well as the health side. So I'm going to hand it over to my main man, Josh. He's going to give us a bit of a rundown on how we get paid. Mate, you're unmuted. What's going on?
Hey guys, howdy. Yeah, cool. So I'm obviously going to go over how we get paid. Now, one of the things I've come to realize recently is that every day I seem to recommend things to people. I know I like the iPhone personally, and I know I've recommended that to a few people and they've ended up buying it. And still to this day, I cannot remember the last time Apple have called and said, hey, here's a bit of profit for recommending our product. Or a pair of Nike shoes. Like I got some the other day and I recommended to a friend and he went and got them. And Nike definitely didn't call me up and say, hey, thanks for sharing my product. Here's some money for doing that. So that's one of the things I love about this company and how we do get paid. We get a retail profit, which is awesome. So basically, oh, my awesome pen. So we're all on the product. Well, the people that are on the product, we get paid by sharing the product. We basically connect the customer who's keen on the product to the head office. We put the order into them, and then head office just send out the product to the person. At the end of the month, we all get paid. It's pretty straightforward. There's no rocket science behind that. You know, we just get paid to recommend. It's awesome. So the next thing is we get paid by commissions, so a percentage. Now, as Shani said earlier, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. As you move up these levels, you actually get paid a higher percentage as you move up, which you'll learn about more. If you join the business, you'll learn more about that side of it. The next step that we get paid is by bonuses. Now, how many of you out there have ever had a job and your boss has walked in and he's presented you with little Johnny and said, hey, here's little Johnny, he's just started with our business, and he says, can you train him? And you go, no worries. So you're on your $15 an hour, and your workload has just increased, and so you spend the next 2 months training little Johnny, and you make him awesome because you're awesome. Then the boss walks in and says, is little Johnny ready? And you go, yeah, he's ready to go. And he takes him off you, shakes your hand and says, thanks for that, and gives him a nice office. And in no way did you get rewarded for that other than just having a bit more of a stressful day and a bit more of a workload. And again, that's another thing I love about this company is we actually get paid to teach little Johnny. You know, when he comes on our team, we get rewarded for doing that. And the way you get rewarded is, you know, as you move up these levels. So, for instance, the first one is your SDVF there. And, you know, you get a $400 bonus just for teaching little Johnny to reach that milestone. And because you taught him, you get paid the $400 as well. So the boss, well, our company says, thank you very much for teaching Johnny to do that. The next one is your SC. And you get when little Johnny reaches that level, you get a $600 bonus, which is pretty cool. And then same thing, you get a $600 bonus just for helping Johnny and training him really well get to that point. The next one is your SSC. And you get I can't remember, what is it, $1,200 bonus. Well, actually, Johnny gets $1,200 bonus. By this time, little Johnny's, he's really on his way. He'll know what he's doing by this stage, or most people do. So you kind of just bank a $1,200 bonus because he's reached that level, which is cool. The next one is your QNMD, which you don't need to worry about what these mean, which you'll learn about later. But that one is a $1,500 bonus. And by this stage, little Johnny is really rocking. You know, he's cranking. He's got his own business going, and he's self-motivated doing the thing. And so he gets his $1,500 bonus, and then you also get your $1,500 bonus for doing so. The next level there is your NMD, and they get I think, what is that, $3,000 bonus. By this stage, you don't make any more money off little Johnny because you've received quite a lot of bonuses on that stage. But you as a person, if that's you reaching these levels, you get these bonuses, and they just keep going as you move up. So it's pretty cool. So we basically get paid for recommending the product. We get a higher percentage on commissions as we move up the ladder, and then we get paid by bonuses for helping people reach their goals within this business, which is cool. I love the culture of this. It's all about helping people just get better and better at stuff, and we get rewarded for doing it. So it's pretty awesome. So basically, we're going to bring the business side to life and hear from a few people and just see, you know, why this business made sense and what they're excited about. So I think the first one up is Miss Ken. Excuse me if I say your name wrong, but Kendall.
Kendall, yep, I'm just going to find you. Kendall, you are unmuted. Thanks.
So, hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, so just share with us, you know, kind of like why this business made sense and what you're excited about.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So I was actually on the product for about 6 months. So my gorgeous friend Lauren and my now mentor is online. I was speaking to her a few months ago, and we were just discussing, I was asking, like, she'd been to uni, and I was asking her, what do I have to do to get into uni? Like, what do I need to do? I need a higher education. I need to go to TAFE. I need to do something, because I was having all these massive dreams that were just completely out of reach. So I had this just idea and vision and goals in my head, and I just was bumming myself out. I was like, I am never going to be able to get to where I want to be. So Lauren actually presented this amazing business to me. That was probably about 4 or 5 months ago. And I actually said no. I said no for a few reasons. I said no over a few months as well. So exactly just what Shani said before, and just what Josh mentioned. I was like, number one, I do not have time for this. I have a full-time job. I go to the gym. I'm on my own health and wellness journey as well. So there was also, I don't know enough people. How am I going to make money out of something like that? So I was a bit of a skeptic at the start. So I did watch Lauren over the next few months, and also Shani as well. Watched them a lot on social media and just saw them really, really thrive in the business. So the day that I reached out to Lauren and said, actually, I want to have a closer look at this. I think this might be something for me, was the day that my life changed. So everything about my life has completely changed. My partner has commented on not only my health and my wellness, my motivation and happiness. So not only the business or the financial side of thing that I've benefited from, it's just my whole life. So I have a different way of thinking, and I'm so excited about being a part of the business, really. So anyone on the line tonight who's, just checking it out or doesn't really know anything about it, I urge you to 100% keep your mind open, because it has already given me so much in a few weeks. So definitely ask as many questions as you can to whoever invited you. And I'm so excited for my future, and I'm really, really excited to see what it can do for everyone else too.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Kendall. Yeah, it's pretty incredible what it does for people's lives. I know it's changed my life the same way. It wasn't just the business side, but it was what it did for me personally with personal growth. Has been absolutely huge. So good luck with your journey. That's awesome. The next person we're going to hear from is, I think it's Christy. Is it? Or Crystal. Sorry. Crystal. So you on that one, Jamin?
Hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Crystal, and so I've been a part of this business for about 5 months now. I didn't question it at the beginning. It made total sense to me. At the time when Shani approached me, I was juggling several jobs. Commuting, one of the jobs was commuting, so that was about 2 hours a day, just wasted of my life. My partner would often go away for work because they were the breadwinner, and so our son would go into after school care. So we were juggling a lot of things like that. And so when I saw this, I noticed that people are there to help you to reach higher goals. You can work your way up, and you're treated as an equal. So that was a massive thing for me, that people just take you under their wing and obviously want you to succeed. And it also gives you the opportunity to work from home. So I could start to bring in more income. So hopefully my partner then could reduce her hours away, and also pick up my son from school and do things like that. In this 4-month period, or nearly 5-month period, my partner actually did get cancer and doesn't go away for work anymore. So that was a winner. But I guess then the flip side was, well, hang on a minute, where's the income going to come from? So this, again, has sort of stepped up for me. Every month that you can achieve, you achieve more. As Josh says, the bonuses are there, the percentages go up when you excel. So, and then that has happened for me. So I'm just excited for the future to give options when my partner is well and can go back to work. I really want to give her the option to not, if she doesn't want to. Like, why not? Why not be the income earner? We can stay at home, look after our son, and make an income from doing this. So I'm loving it. And again, I think if someone's approached you and brought you along tonight, don't be a skeptic, jump in. It's a great opportunity, and I can't recommend it enough. So that's my story.
Thanks so much for that. That's awesome. Exactly. I was the same. Like from the get-go, this made sense to me, and it's been a journey well worth doing. That's for sure. And especially when you get to see so many different lives change, which is very rewarding. And look, we've heard so many stories, and look, there is other ways to make money in this world. There's real estate. For me, real estate's never really worked out. I know one thing, that it's a lot of risk and you've got to outlay a lot. So for the everyday punter, it's not exactly a realistic thing. For some, it works great, but for me, it definitely hasn't worked. And it is a long-term goal. There's what else? The stock market. You can definitely do the stock market. I know for the people that do the stock market and who are doing well, they do well. But the reality is, to this day, I don't think I've ever met one person who said it's the best thing he's ever done. So for me, if that's your thing, great. But for me, it definitely isn't for me. And then the other one is, you know, out there we can be an artistic person where you can write a song, or you can create an app. You can, you know, create a game, whatever it is, and get your royalties off it. I know I have no luck in any of those genres, especially music. I can barely clap in time. So I know I'm definitely not getting paid to write a song or getting any royalties off that. So it's incredible to see what people are making in this business. You know, if they put in the time and really are teachable, it's definitely worth your time looking into. And as you've heard, it's changed so many lives. So it's a great way to get paid, is helping people change their lives with their health and their wealth. So definitely take a look. If you're on the line or you're listening to this as a recording, definitely hit the person up who's shared it with you. And just ask as many questions, you know, see how this could be for you and what it could be. You know, there's so many people from different walks of life. So thanks for jumping on the line tonight. And I know it's a Sunday night and we've got a Monday tomorrow for some people. So make sure you enjoy the week. Every day is a good day. Just some are better than others, right?
Thanks, Josh. Thanks, everyone, for jumping on. I'll stop recording.